Good evening. Welcome to the Country Computer Consultant. My hay guy got all the hay cut. It's looking good. Sure beats shredded it myself. Plus I don't have to keep up all that gear. The cutter, rake, baler, $30,000 worth of stuff. I get out easy. He does the hard work. I get the tax exemption. And also get some money from him. So that works out good. Today we're going to talk about, I heard the word or the description of it about 6 months ago. It was sort of shocking. It's called sexting. Great subject for you parents to learn about that. Now, I've got a 23-year-old boy. I got some younger girls on their way up. At least I won't have to deal with a lot of this too soon, but a lot of y'all are. You might be having to deal with it now. You just don't even know it. Let's give you some background on this stuff. You know, there's a part of your brain, every human's brain, that doesn't develop until later on in life, 20s, 30s. It's called, I don't even really know the exact part of the brain, but it's part of the brain that it accesses risk. It helps you with your judgment. And it takes a while, especially in guys, for that to kick in. I know it did for me. I mean, geez. You know, in my teens, I was a repo man and did skydiving, bungee jumping, I've flown stunt planes, went into a NASCAR driving school. I've even helped the Border Patrol spot illegal aliens breaking into our country. So I'm still waiting for that risk assessment part of my brain to kick in. But with young people, it's pretty generic, it's pretty common. Thank God I didn't have the technology 20 years ago, almost 30 years ago now, to get me into the trouble that they have now. And what's happening is kids are taking their smartphones, iPhones, Blackberries, Microsoft phones. Almost all phones now have some sort of camera on them with internet capabilities. That's just part of our lives now. And heck, it makes me a lot of money just configuring them, making email work, and working them into the overall computer environment. But these kids, what they're doing now is they're sending sexual texting between each other, the text messages. But what's worse, what's really gotten out of hand, is this thing called sexting, which is taking illicit and nude pictures of themselves and sending it to their boyfriend. Of course, the smarts in the boyfriend, what does he do? Especially if he's pissed. He'll mail it to all his friends. And then you see how that can go. Well, this can get really bad really fast. There was a case in Greensboro, Philadelphia, with a few kids that were 14 and 15, some girls. They took some nude pictures of themselves, mailed it to their boyfriends. Of course, the boyfriends had to show it to their friends. Well, now these kids are being charged with trafficking of child pornography. Now, it sort of fits the law, but good God Almighty, isn't that terrible? Now these kids are marked by doing something horribly stupid, and now a lot of them are going to have to register as sex offenders. The parents are spending, strong 5-figure amounts just to try to keep them out of jail. These kids are screwed for the rest of their lives. You talk about that scarlet letter A branded into you back when they did that a couple hundred years ago. This is about the same effect. Try to get into a good school, job 5-10 years down the line, you're screwed, blued, and tattooed if that stuff is on you. And we as parents gotta make sure these kids understand the ramifications that technology can get them into, the problems that they can get themselves into really fast. I did like with my son, and I had to really make him understand. He really wanted to be in computer security and get into hacking, stuff like that, and I had to really enforce it on him. You got to stay on the light side. You can't just experiment and start to hack into these things. Again, these kids don't understand risk, and we as parents have to get that in their dadgum heads, because we can't let them go down this bad road. And it is our responsibility to do that. You know, forget this crap. Well, I trust my kid, or I don't want to invade his privacy. Bull crap. They have no freaking privacy. We are responsible for every dadgum thing they do. We tow the bill. We pay the note on their car, their school, and all that. If there's anything that goes wrong, who bails them out of jail? Our tail. Who pays the lawyer? We do. They have no privacy. We need to make sure that they're not getting into this crap. You know, I just had zero tolerance for any of this with my son. I made sure that he was drug-free, and I know that he was drug-free all during his high school years. You're thinking, well, how do you know that? He might have slipped in. BS. I know for dadgum sure, and the reason I know is I did drug testing on him randomly, sometimes at a schedule. Yeah, but he could have washed it out of his system. It was hair testing. I cut it from his head, sent it off to lab every 3 months. I knew exactly. You can't wash that crap out. I knew. A few years later, when he came back on military leave, he thanked me. He said that kept him out of a lot of trouble. So, parents, check it out. It's called PDT 90. Keeps the kids out of grief. Alright, so what you parents need to do out there is to make sure your kids understand what this crap is. Explain to them you cannot do that. Don't take illicit pictures of yourself and email it. Good God Almighty. You will, your kids will get themselves into a heap of trouble that way. Educate them. Go through and look at their phones when they go to sleep or when they're in the shower. Look at their texts. Look to see what they've done on the phone. Look, see what they sent. Look in the sent box. Look in the inbox. Look in the deleted folder. You can check that out. You have to. It's your responsibility. You know, put some effort. No, have some stones. Get in there and see what these kids are up to. You know, the next video I'm going to do is to explain how to do all this. But right now, I just want to get it through your heads that it has to be done, that this problem is out there. These kids, 14, 15, and 16, screwing up their lives. And the parents paying $50,000 to get their butts out of jail. So we got to be proactive, not reactive. Reactive is expensive as heck. So, you know, you got to ask yourself, do you want to look at your kid's text phone, the text messages in a cell phone, or do you want to spend 10 grand to retain a lawyer to get him out of jail? Or, you know, do you want to use this PDT 90, the technology that's out there right now? I've been using it for 10 years. It's out there, $60. Do it every 3 months, that's $20 a month. Heck of a lot cheaper than that 15 to 30 grand a month for rehab. Think about that. And wouldn't you rather know if your kid is being, say, taunted on a cell phone or exploited, if a picture that she sent out and now she's being tormented by at high school? Don't you want to know that that's going on? Rather than be in a case like this 18-year-old senior Jessica Logan that was found, she hung herself. She killed herself because these kids were sitting around a picture that she had taken of herself to all of her friends in school. That's a horrid tragedy. Parents can prevent that. All we need to do is to watch this stuff to make sure we know what's going on. You know, they are using technology to get in trouble. We can use technology to keep them out of trouble. All we have to do is have the will to do it and the discipline to do it often, to be consistent about it, and have some stones. Stand up to these kids. Don't let them give you any crap. Well, you don't trust me. You're invading my privacy. Screw your privacy. I'm responsible for your ass. That's how you have to go about it. Use technology. All these newfangled things, the software, the hardware, the cell phones, and we're going to get into that the next video of that idea that I'm going to do. Use this technology to protect them. You got it? Alright. Get off my soapbox for right now. Enjoy the rest of this nice evening. My dogs want me to take them for a walk. They're somewhere around here. So, signing off. This is the Country Computer Consultant. Have a good day.